Hello everyone and very good evening. Once again, welcome back to the interview preparation session for Python. Welcome to the 360DigiTMG as well. So we will continue our discussion with conditional statements for this today as well. So hope we had good amount of questions. The main thing behind this conditional statements is that we have indentation problem here with if and else. So today also we are going to continue with the same. Okay, so I'll like to start with Ashutosh, right? Because we have seen that conditional statements, they are like, we have only four, right? If else, we don't have else if, we have elif.
Yeah.
So as a part of our previous discussions also, we have seen that a single space, sometimes it is four spaces like prepaid text four spaces as default as Bharat explained.
Exactly.
So my question is, Ashutosh, like what is pass in Python?
So first of all, a very good evening to everyone, and welcome to today's session. So coming to the question that Deepti asked, that what is pass in Python? Well, if I talk about the meaning of this, the pass means nothing but no operation. So pass means no operation in the Python system. Or in other words, if I were to rephrase it, in other words, it is a placeholder in a compound statement where there should be a blank left and nothing has to be written. Now, this pass keyword, if we use it, it is going to act as a stage for the future code in the program. So if we execute it, so what will happen actually? Nothing. Once it is executed, nothing will happen and you will get no output. It is used because empty functions. If we are talking about empty functions, if we are talking about loops, and if we are talking about class, which are not allowed in the programming, then we use this. So for this, the Python develops a keyword which we can use if we don't want or if we don't know what to write in that particular function or class, but can be used for the future usage as well. So again, in short, pass is nothing but if you just use it, nothing is going to happen. Yeah.
Okay, so do you mean to say that if at all you have any two variables defined, and you use your if statement also, right? If at all you want to evaluate, like any condition you want to write, like x is less than y or x greater than y or a greater than b or anything. So if you just initialize that if condition, end with a colon, and you write pass, then
nothing is going to happen.
Okay, it is not going to give you anything.
Yeah.
Oh, can we see that?
Yeah, sure. I will just give you a demo of that. And let me just open my screen. Is my screen visible, guys? Can you just confirm?
Yes.
Okay. So today I'm using your Google Colab. And again, coming to this pass function that we're talking about. Suppose I'm having two variables. Say A is equal to 33 and say B is equal to 200. And now if I use your if condition, if say B is equal to, B is greater than A, colon. And now if I use your pass, and if I try to run this, so here what we are observing, friends, is I have created two variables. A is holding the value of 33 and B is holding the value of 200. And if I'm given a condition that if your B is greater than A, which it is actually, B is greater than A, but since I'm using your pass function, the code is getting executed, but we are observing no output. So that is what I explained in the previous definition as well, that when we are using your pass function, actually nothing is going to happen. Dipti, you are on mute.
Is this something related to, like, we have reserved keywords?
Talking about the reserved keywords. See, when we talk about reserved keywords, the Python language reserves a small set of keywords that designate special language functionality. Now, talking about these reserved keywords, no object can have a same name as a reserved keyword. Talking about the Python versions that we are having, and the Python version that I'm having currently is Python 3.6. In this, we are having around 33 reserved keywords is what I'm having.
Okay, it means that these whatever we are talking about, elif or pass, all this will be under your reserved keywords.
Yeah.
Okay, so can you give me 2 or 3 other keywords, like not only elif and this one, like if I'm not wrong, true, or it can be in, like membership operators or identity operators, not.
Yeah, see, if you are talking about the reserved keywords, or if you're talking about the keywords, pass and elif are definitely your keywords. But besides this, you're also having for, you are having not, you are having or, you are having pass, global, true, right? In, try, so on and so forth. So these are all the examples of
Yeah, that's
reserved
what
keywords.
identity operators, membership operators,
Yeah.
for loops and all that. Okay, great. Yeah, thanks, Ashutosh.
Yeah.
Okay, Bharat. Hi.
Hello everyone.
Yeah. Bharat, if I would like to ask you to write a code, okay? Suppose in order that X decided to give bonus, okay, for the 5% to the employees, okay? If the employees, his or her, okay, no bias here, year of service is more than 3 years.
Okay.
Okay, whatever, 3, whatever you want to take. So you have to, I want a code that you have to ask the employees for their salary, their year of service,
Okay.
and also print what is the amount they are going to get, the net bonus amount.
Okay. All right. Yes, we can do that. We can do with the help of conditional statement.
Okay.
Okay. So I will be using. Okay. So here, what I can do is we can put up a condition as if condition, since we have the number of years as the service, right? We can put that as the condition, and then we can also look at the net bonus that particular employee will get, and we can also look at if there is no bonus for that particular employee or not. We can do that. If you allow me,
Yeah, please.
I can share my screen and show you the program. Okay, what I plan to do is I will use a if condition and also else condition. This way we can, let me share my screen. Are you able to see my screen? Could you please confirm?
Yeah, Bharat.
So we'll say employee bonus, right? start with a print statement, I'll say. Okay, we're talking about the salary, right? So, and we need to know their salaries. Okay. So once that is done, the user will pass the salary. And then I will also use a eval keyword. Okay.
Bharat, if I'm not wrong, eval keyword would take either string or integer or float, right?
Yes.
If at all you want to apply any operations on top of it,
Mhm.
eval has the flexibility to take any kind of input.
Yes, yes. So basically we are putting input as well. So here is where the user can pass the value. Okay.
Yeah.
And then say print of. And we should also know that the service, that is basically the tenuity of that particular employee, because we are putting up a condition as well. That is, we want to see if it is more than 3 years, only then that
Yes.
particular employee will get
5%.
correct.
Well, that is a very low condition set for coding. After 3 years, only 5%.
So here it is a, a random message. Basically, you are trying to generate this kind of messages that you're putting up. Once you have that, you say that service, and then I will again use a eval function, and I'll ask the user to input the values. Okay. Now I will use a condition. I'll say if service is greater than 3 years, right?
Yeah. More than 3 years. So you're writing it as greater than 3 years.
See, this is where the indentation will come into picture. Right after colon, hit enter, it will take you to the right place, and then I want to print this particular statement. I'll say if it is more than 3 years, then your bonus, I will say bonus is. Okay. So it is 0.5%. We'll keep it this. We'll keep this figure of your salary, of the current salary that the user has passed. Okay. You should also look at what if that particular employee is not, meeting the condition, or the condition is not getting satisfied. You're using an else statement and say else print let's say no bonus. So this way we can look at both the conditions. All right. So you want me to execute and pass the values?
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
sure.
Sorry?
Yeah, please.
Yes. Let me execute. what we can do is, since Spider is a standalone application, it's taking a while. I'll see if I can do that same with Colab, Google Colab as well.
You can execute one line at a time once or try.
Yes,
But
yes,
that-
it is. Spider is loading, however, there's some issue with the console.
Okay, it's okay, it's okay. We'll check it, let it load.
Yes, it is not taking in the inputs, Spider. I appreciate the patience.
Well, Bharat, if you don't mind, can I share my screen? Could you just stop sharing
Yes.
your screen for a
So,
moment?
yes, I have that in the collab, Ashutosh.
Okay, okay, because I also ran the same thing. So yeah, please go ahead.
Yes. Let me.
Yeah.
Are you able to see?
Yeah.
See,
Yeah, fine.
this is what that particular employee's bonus will be if that employee meets this condition. If the condition is satisfied, or else we can also, if given an opportunity, it will not take much time, we can rerun this program and see what if that particular condition is not satisfied. We can simply say that it will give you, I'm just rerunning this program. Say this time we'll say 75,000. See, in this case, the condition is not satisfied.
Okay. So, Bharat, can we also write a program to print absolute value of a number
Mhm.
where user enters anything?
Yeah, yes, we can do. So here, before we take that question, Deepthi, we have one of our viewers' question.
Yeah.
That there is an issue with Spider. Yes, yes, guys. There is an issue with the Spider, especially if you're trying to input any values. That happens usually. Since it is a standalone application, you can go ahead with the notebooks, one of the notebooks that are available. That is
So,
normal.
Bharat,
Spider.
this is like for the updated versions, or like previously it was taking
It was
the
working,
inputs?
yes. Even as of
Yes,
now.
yes.
Previously it was working.
Yes. So since I'm using in my local system, the previous version, older version is there. So
Mine is
that
not even older.
Yeah.
Yes.
So previously it was working, but now in the
Yeah, it was
updated
working.
version it was not working.
Yes. Yes, I hope that answers the one of the viewers' question. Yes, Dipti, we can go ahead and
Yeah, absolute value.
yes. Okay, so we will look at printing the absolute value. Okay, same here as well. I would use a if condition, and we'll also see what if we are not able to do with if that particular condition is not getting satisfied. Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, I will have to do it in Spider. I'll do it notebook in Google Colab. Will that be fine?
Yeah, please.
Let me share my screen. Are you able to see my screen?
Yeah.
All right.
One of the viewers is asking, can you use input the string value and float value? We can input it. If at all you're not writing eval function, if at all it's a string output, if it's a string input, by default, sometimes Python takes few things as like string. So when you're using these operators like, multiplication, plus symbol, any operator, if you are giving a number and when something will be like a string character, it throws you error. It will be an error. So that's the reason we have one particular function, eval function. So whether it is a string or whether it is a float, whether it is integer, whatever it might be, eval works.
Absolutely.
But maybe because of this updated version, we are using older version of Python. Few things, because it is not a single person working behind the scenes of for this environment, IDEs. It's a community working. Libraries are getting updated. Certain versions would work with certain libraries and certain things. New versions are not working with the older ones. So there is a mismatch here. It's always there with Spider and Python different versions. Previously, we used to say that 2.0 is a stable version of Python. But now, 3.8, 9, 11, Spider comes with this, but you have only Python if you download, it comes with 3.11 also. So that's the main reason that we cannot say now suddenly if at all you're importing any libraries also, it gets some modules are not compatible with the present versions. So that's why people are using different IDEs, different notebooks, whether it is Colab or you have your Jupyter, PyCharm, anything. It's only that the way you are using it is different, but Python is the same. In the back end, things are getting changed.
So here, once I've used the if condition, I'm saying if the number is greater than 0, then I will print the number into simply minus 1. Okay. Else, number. So in notebooks, be it Google Colab or Jupyter Notebook, there is the prompts are limited. Okay, what you see, the prompts basically hints are very limited. That is the reason I was, interested in Spider to work on. Now, if I execute this, okay. This is what I get the output. Okay. And if we rerun this, let's say I'm using the negative numbers.
Okay. Someone wants to know, Shantanu, I think input means you cannot give a string input. You cannot give a float input. It should be an integer. Sorry to interrupt, Bharat. Sorry, I was asking. Yeah. So when it is integer means it will not take, if you are restricting it only to integer. If you're giving float input, you have to only give a decimal numbers. Sometimes now you have user enters an input like number of apples. It is a 5. Right? Number of grapes, it is 4. 5 4s 20, you get it. But if you give a decimal number also, sometimes what happens, it gives integer output only. So what it exists, there's a mismatch between these things. So people have come up with one single function. Let it be any input. We use eval. So integer input means it will take only integer input. Eval means it takes any type of input you give from your console. That's the difference.
That is right. So that is what we try to do here in
Yeah.
getting the output. Okay, even if you go with negative values, basically the integers,
Yeah.
right? You are able to get the desired output. Like if you're giving it -1, we have tried it with -1 as well, or the integer. So basically you're just giving positive numbers, and then here you are doing it with the negative numbers.
Okay.
Does it answer the question, Deepti?
Yeah, exactly.
Or
So
okay.
yeah, Ashutosh, would you like to take anything like, write a program so that you display something like a good morning or good night, right? If the user enters a multiple of 5 or multiple of 6, otherwise he prints, it should print an opposite thing. I want you to take integer as input because one of our participants is having doubt.
Okay. So just a moment, let me share my screen. So again, can you just repeat the question?
I want you to take integer as input.
Mhm.
Okay, like now Bharat has taken eval, right? You take int.
Mhm.
Okay, you say that if the user and now if I enter 25, my favorite number is 25. And if that now 25 is a multiple of 5, right? It has to print good morning. Otherwise, it
Okay.
has to print good night.
Oh, so is my screen visible?
Yeah.
So suppose I'm defining a variable say num is equal to, and you are saying that I want integer. You
Yeah.
want me to put integer values, right? So suppose I'm saying num is equal to int and input. So basically here I'm asking the user to provide me with some value. Enter your favorite number. And then I'm using your if statement, if condition. I'm saying if you're talking about, suppose it is the multiplicative of 5, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so here I'm saying num and your percentage 5 is equal to 0 colon. I want to print, say, good night. And then I'm using your else statement. I'm saying else print. My bad. Here it should be good morning.
Oh, not a problem. Yeah, please. Not a problem. You can type. Yeah.
Okay, so good morning should be actually first and then your good night. Anyways, so good morning. Now, if I'm running this, so now it is asking me my favorite number. What if I give a number which is a multiplicative of 5? Suppose I'm giving 20. So here you see the condition is getting fulfilled. Since the number that I gave was a multiplicative of 5, hence I am getting your good night. But what if I provide a number that is not a multiplicative of 5? As in, suppose I'm saying 30. So it is going to print me good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Yep. So see, that is an integer. Now, so you are restricting now. Okay. So if you give any decimal number, it throws as an error because it is not divisible by, it's not multiple of this thing. And because you are restricting that input should be always a integer only.
Mhm.
Okay. So yeah, that's it for today. So please follow our page. Please comment, like, share, and subscribe to our channel. In the first program, you can take this. You can give it a try, Shantanu. You can give it a try.
Yeah, the best way to learn is to practice, Shantanu.
Yeah.
The more inquisitive you are, the more you experiment, the more better you learn.
Yeah. So anyways, yeah, we will do the same thing tomorrow and let you know.
Thank you so much, guys. Have a wonderful
Yeah.
night.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Please do share, like, and comment on these sessions, and please let us know. Give us your valuable feedback. Thank you all for joining. You all have a good day.
Thank you. Bye-bye, guys.